Mike, what did you think of the first scrimmage you had this spring practice?
Thought it was decent. I thought it was one thing that we had a scrimmage that looked like a scrimmage, and we enforced the penalties. A lot of times you don't do that the first one, so I thought that was positive. I thought that the biggest thing is at times, we'd forget about doing our job. We'd go out there and both sides I thought played pretty hard, but it'd be some guy trying to do too much. So that's the biggest thing that I guess we have to focus on. I thought it was good. It was better than most first scrimmages, but like all first scrimmages, there's plenty to improve on too.
Was that reflected somewhat in some of the false starts and those sorts of penalties?
No, that's just mental weakness. I mean, false starts. That's just a complete lack of mental toughness there. I mean, there's no other way to say that.
Can a scrimmage,
I mean, anybody can stay onside.
Can a scrimmage sort of change the trajectory of spring for a player who maybe hadn't been noticed, but that then comes out in this sort of game situation and performs well?
In our case, not because we have fairly aggressive team periods each day. Where there's 40 plays of it, so we actually, on a day-to-day basis, we have pretty good coverage of that sort of thing.
You mentioned playing hard. What are some other things you guys did today that you liked?
Seemed like the secondary played real hard. I thought, other than the penalties, overall protection was pretty good. I thought we had too many plays where you're playing with 9 instead of 11. They're taking turns as far as who's not going to do their job. And I thought there were some yards after the catch, but also, we needed to be more precise about getting the field. Too often, some guy's going to dance. Well, if you're a fast guy and you run a 4 or 5 and you start dancing around, all of a sudden you're a 4-8 guy. If we're going to play with 4-8 guys, I might as well play myself. So, if you're going to be a 4-5 guy, stay 4-5. And go straight upfield.
It's good for the offense. It's bad for the defense. What's your reaction to no turnovers today?
Well, I mean, they didn't get a turnover, but I thought they did a good job of pressure. I thought they did a good job of bringing pressure, and I thought they rallied to the ball real good. There wasn't a lot of explosives. I can think of one, and then some were close. So they did a good job being around the ball, I thought, the whole day.
After making a position switch kind of late in his career, nice to see Nick Begg get a couple sacks.
Yeah, well, that group. I mean, it's good to see Nick Begg. I thought he had good effort, all that. We're a little incongruent with the threes, like you always are. But one thing I liked is it resembled football. Sometimes you don't have enough depth to do that, so then you end up having pass skill or something, or you don't even have the threes. But I thought, it did resemble football. It wasn't polished, but it did resemble football. And then, Nick embracing that position, we're kind of excited to see what he can do.
What have you liked, or I guess what has been your thoughts on Leach's play so far in the spring, but also just mostly in base?
I thought he had a good spring. I thought he had a decent day today. I can't say it was great, but it wasn't bad at all. I thought it was steady, and he does a pretty good job managing things.
What more do you want to see from him? So it's
just steady improvement. There's no glaring weakness, just overall improvement.
Thank you.